The Netflix comics adaptation has some fun spreading its core cast across time, but stopping the end of the world again only leaves so much room to grow. You only get to end the world so many times. As much as the apocalypse has reared its ugly head across TV series in the past 6 months, not to mention the preceding years, there are ways to spin the dread of an imploding planet into a compelling story. There just have to be things worth saving. In its first season, the Netflix series, The Umbrella Academy, based on the comics series from Gerard and Gabriel, followed its source material predecessor and zeroed in on a handful of adopted family members with incredible abilities. Faced with certainty that a cataclysm of explosions and fallout would come to pass if this ragtag group didn't act as one, wouldn't you know it, their actions caused the dang thing. Season 2 burdens this misfit family of Hargreeves with the same directive: prevent global catastrophe. What makes this new round of episodes a slight improvement upon those that came before it is splitting these siblings apart. Flung across time by the same gambit that spared them from annihilation in the opening season's timeline, the quick thinking of 5 Aidan Gallagher ultimately leads to each of them hurled into the same Dallas alleyway in separate years across the early 1960s. As each of these brothers and sisters adjust to new lives in this timeline, separate from each other, some realize the version of history they're experiencing is about to veer from precedent. The Umbrella Academy, NetflixIf, early 60s, plus, Dallas, plus, catastrophe, seems like a recognizable formula. Well, the same is true for knife-curving Diego David Castañeda, who spends his time away from the group trying to convince locals that a certain impending caravan through town might just be a bad idea. Diego's newfound interest in the safety of public figures is just one thread of Season 2 that hints at a possible reinvention in the early going. Where The Umbrella Academy was previously bogged down by family bickering and finger-pointing, seeing these screwed-up superheroes on their own seems like the perfect antidote. When it comes to Klaus Robert Sheehan, still in a codependent love-hate cross-dimensional standoff with dead brother Ben, Justin H. Min, Season 2 cashes in on its leverage and follows what the clairvoyant enfant terrible would do if freed from the necessity of using his powers to avert crises. It's unlikely that an underground fight club featuring an undefeated massive half-ape wouldn't turn a few heads in Texas, but there's Luther Tom Hopper taking out his aggression for some under-the-table cash. Vanya Ellen Page and Allison Emmy Raver-Lampman each fashion new lives for themselves, albeit with different amounts of memories from their past existence.